Well, during the First and Second World Wars, women not only played an important role in the services, but on the home front as well. They worked in munition plants and other war-related jobs, while their husbands and sons were overseas.
This evening, in part 2 of his special series on memories of the two great wars, Bill Jessome introduces us to 3 women who know what war is all about: the serving, the waiting, and the fleeing.
At the 11th hour on November 11th, 1918, the First World War ended. Very few of those who lived through that great war are still alive today to talk about it. However, time and memories have been kind to 97-year-old Alice Strike of Halifax. Born in England, Alice did her part for the war effort by serving in the British forces.
All the British soldiers went to war right away. There was hardly anyone left in the little place. And I knew about 5 girls I went to school with, all left widows, around 19 or 20. I remember them all as if it was yesterday. Yes. And then I done war work. Well, we all done war work. Everything was turned into khaki, putties and balaclavas, and then everything for war. And then after the British Tommies had gone to war and many didn't come back, the Canadian soldiers came over to where I lived. The camps were right at Bramshot and Whitley.
When Alice looks back to her teen years, she thinks of young love and how she met her husband-to-be, a Canadian soldier from Winnipeg.
We sat on the banks of the Clyde, and that's where he asked me to come to this country, I guess. Yeah, right in the deep heather. Yeah.
Nellie Chandler can never forget those long and terrible 6 years of the Second World War and the waiting for her sailor husband to return from convoy escort duty on the North Atlantic.
Wondering if he would be back, wondering if he'd make it safely. And I think most wives and girlfriends were the same thing. You went out and you did the normal things, and I was a hostess at the Air Force Depot, but back of it all, you were thinking, wonder which ship was torpedoed tonight. And it always was there, no matter what else you were doing. That was in the back of your mind.
Nellie has kept all of her husband's letters, and from time to time, and especially on Remembrance Day, memories of war are in the letters Nellie's husband Byron had written while at sea.
Dear Nell, received your parcel and letters, 5 to be exact. You'll never know how great mail call is when you have mail from home and food that is special and so welcome. Granted, we share with our buddies, but there is always that taste that's so good, the home touch. Familiar foods and news of family and friends mean so much to me, makes me feel so much closer to reality. Sometimes life doesn't always seem as if home really does exist, but of course I know it does. Your letters pick me up and make me realize that you and our families are home safe. Someday I will be too, God willing. Have to go on duty in 10 minutes, so we'll close for now, much as I hate to. Remember all of us in your prayers. Only the man above can save us now.
Besides the soldier, there are other victims of war, the very old and the children. For Isabel Varden, who was born in Burma, memories of war still haunt her, escaping the clutches of an invading Japanese army.
Colonel Scott of the Flying Tigers came unexpectedly to an airport that had been closed. I think in those days we called them aerodromes. And he touched down, and so my mother, 2 brothers and myself got off on that plane. And we took off and landed in India, where the Red Cross were all waiting for us and welcomed us with open arms. It was wonderful, you know, to get out of all that bombing and sheer terror that we lived through.
Tomorrow evening, an airman relives a moment his bomber was shot from under him. Today, he owes his life to Yugoslav partisans who saved him from the Germans. Bill Jessome, ATV News.